I'll show you some of the things that I think are very important in a composition. So the first one is having three level of detail, and that's your your foreground, your midground, and your background. And why that's important? Because it leads your eye through a story. If you're looking at this person is kind of walking towards the middle. And then the middle part of the drawing normally is where your design is going to fall into. And then the foreground, in this case, it was a very mountainous backdrop, very beautiful to look at. So I want you to think about having these three elements in your composition as a starting point. So for me, it's just having a little bit of a flowery feel with rocks, and then it kind of anchors the corner of the drawing. And then you kind of want to think about if you were to include like people or entourage in the scene, where would they go? So my idea was to put a figure here that's kind of walking into this middle pavilion in the design, sort of as a way to kind of guide your eyes into this middle ground. And then the foreground is very loosely drawn out. And the part that you want to probably spend most of your time drawing and sketching is in this midground. I would probably invest most of your energy giving this midground the most amount of detail, and the foreground and the background kind of just anchors the drawing. So in most of my drawings, you'll see the foreground, the midground, and the background very clearly delineated out. And this is one of those things that I think if you get it right from the start, it's going to set you up for success for the rest of the drawing, for other illustrations. So really, really pay attention to this three ideas of foreground, midground, and background. Now, the next element that I think is also really important is actually the time of the day. So I'm not talking about like season here, I'm just talking about the time of day. And most of the time in my illustrations, the time of day usually is the time where the shadows are the most dramatic. So most of the time it's early in the morning, it's late in the day, and you can easily do this if you are on SketchUp. So on the left is a shadow slider in SketchUp. You can see where you can move any of the sliders towards January or end of the season where the sun is lower. And when the sun is lower, the shadow are going to penetrate deeper into the space, and they're going to cast a better shadow if you are looking at a facade. So think about playing with these elements in the drawing, especially when you are showing shadow, because it does add a lot of depth, and it is a critical element that I always have in my drawing. And in my other workshop, I've showed you like how to bring the shadow from SketchUp and using that as sort of a layer, so you don't have to manually draw in the shadow. And on the right of this slide, you'll see that is a slider for the Morpholo Trace app. So the Morpholo Trace has a unique feature where you can bring in your model, and in the model, you can actually tweak the sun control. So you can do this by location. So you can certainly find the season, the time of the day, and then just kind of see where or when in the time of the day the shadow is most dramatic and gives most depth to the facade or the massing. So sometimes you might actually need to fake things. And what I mean by that is if there's just no time in the day where like you can find a good shadow, you might have to go in very early in the morning or very late in the day just so that you can get some like cast of shadow in the space in the way that you look. So I think it's totally reasonable to do some of these manipulation, even though that's not how someone might experience it, like 6 o'clock in the morning. Some thoughts are just the entourage, right? Like this is the thing I think most people get wrong very easily because they're either having the wrong people, the wrong clothing, or frankly the skin tone. Because a lot of the things I work on are very contextual. So depending on location wise, like you want to make sure you have a diversity in people, and you just want to make sure they are also at the right height. And what I like to do before was I will actually put in these 6 feet kind of vertical blocks in the 3D model, and I will use them as references so I can actually draw appropriately when I need to add a person in here. So here is that time lapse of the drawing, and you can totally see where I'm drawing the person, I actually brought in a background image to draw over. This is totally what you can do as well. Don't be embarrassed that you don't know how to draw people well. This is what I do for most of the time is just to populate the image with these photographs of people in the right place, and I'll actually just trace over them. There's a ton more in the compositional space, like setting up your vertical straight, but those are not what we're going to get into because our drawings don't really have any vertical elements.